This tutorial in rational functions is going to deal with multiplying rational expressions. It'll be very much like dividing, but this will give us a couple of examples. So let's start with multiplying rational examples, or expressions. So we're given an initial function here, x squared plus 5x plus 6, divided by 6x squared plus 12x. That term multiplied by 3x minus 3 over x squared minus 9. So the steps we're going to do are going to be over here. So we're going to slide them down. And the first thing we're going to do is factor all terms. So let's take each of these and realize that there are 4 terms, one on the top and the bottom of each item. Okay, so we're going to factor each of these parts. So the first one is a trinomial, so we need to think about this. Okay, and we're going to have an x in here, and we need factors of 6 that add up to 5, so we're going to do plus 2 and plus 3. Okay, let's go ahead and do the denominator of that term. Okay, this is not a trinomial, so the first thing you want to look at is, can I pull common terms out? So you can see there's a 6 in both terms, and there's at least one x in both terms. So we can pull out 6x, that leaves an x in the first term, and 2 in the second term. Okay, so let's factor this next part. There's the top is again just a binomial, okay, but there's a 3 in both terms. So let's factor that guy out and you get x minus 1. Okay, and let's divide that by, what is that? X squared and 9, both perfect squares, so we see that that's the difference of squares. So x plus 3, x minus 3. Okay, now that we have this done, let's see what our next item is to do. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and rewrite everything by combining numerators and denominators. And we can make this easier on ourselves, but since this is multiplication, by just saying, hey, this is one product. Numerators go together, denominators go together. So now all of these are multiplied to one another. Okay? The next step we have is, hey, let's simplify. Okay? And to simplify, that just means we get to cancel things that we don't need anymore. So whatever's on the top, if there's something on the bottom that's the same, anything divided by itself is 1. So this x plus 2 and this x plus 2 cancel each other out. This x plus 3 and this x plus 3 cancel each other out. And there might be more to do, but it's starting to get a little complicated. Feel free that when you've canceled a couple things to just write what's left over. Let's do 3 times x minus 1, and that's going to be over 6x times x minus 3. Okay. Now we can see that there's actually a little more simplifying we can do. This 3 cancels with the 6 on the bottom, leaving us 2. Okay, it's basically 1/2 there. So let's rewrite our final answer simplified, and we'll have x minus 1 over 2 times x minus 3. Now you can just leave this answer in factored form for these problems. Okay? And we've multiplied. So again, if we look at our steps, the things that we've done in this problem are we factored all terms. Then when we're multiplying, that means we can combine numerators and denominators, because numerators are multiplied by numerators, denominators by denominators. And last but not least, we simplified by eliminating terms, okay, and then making sure it was as simple as we could get.